the Oso Brems term league. And we are here to present to you what team sport is. With what kind of team sport is volleyball?
Team sports is a sport when one group or team play against another group or team in a competition. Team members work together to achieve a common goal, and they have to show teamwork to win or to achieve the goal. Some example of the team sport is basketball, football, soccer, and also volleyball.
Volleyball. It is a game played by the two teams. Usually, 6 players on the side. In which the player uses their hand to bat the ball back and forth over a high net. Try to make the ball touches the court within the opponent's playing area before it can be returned. To prevent this, a player on the opponent team bats the ball up toward the stick before it touches the surface. The team may then volley the ball back over the net. A team is only allowed to touch the ball 3 times before it can be returned over the net.
Where it came from, who invented it. Volleyball is invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan, physical director of the Young Men's Christian Association in Holyoke, Massachusetts. It was designed as an indoor sport for businessmen who found the new game of basketball to vigorous. Morgan called a sport mintonette until a professor from Springfield College in Massachusetts noted the volleying nature of the play and proposed the name of volleyball. The original rules were written by Morgan and printed in the first edition of the Official Handbook of the Athletic League of the Young Men's Christian Association of North America in 1897. The game soon proved to have a wide appeal for both sexes in school playgrounds, the armed forces, and another organization in the United States. And it was subsequently introduced to other countries.
Formally, any numbers can play the volleyball. In competition, each team consists of 6 players, 3 of whom take the forward position in a row, closing and facing the net, while the other 3 is playing in the back court.
First is the jump serve. The server stands at the back of the serving area as the server moves toward the service line. The ball is tossed in the front of and above the server. As the server lifts, the forearms rises to shoulder height and the striking hand is drawn back. At the peak of the jump, the striking arms swing quickly forward with the often hand making contact with the ball out in the front of the body, and after a serve, the opponent player will serve the ball.
Receive ball for a pass. From the basic defensive position, you need to bend your knees, spread your feet, and the one foot is slightly in front of the other. And the arm is brought together, also the thumb, and is rotated downward. The ball must meet the forearm with a shoveling motion. The pass should be brought with the throwing, coordinated with the legs, body, and arms. The next of it is the set.
Set, toss, or overhand pass, it is a second skill you need to learn after the receive or dig. It is essentially a refined overhand pass. With elbows out, the hand should be raised to a position above the head. Palms should be out with the fingers spread and the thumbs down. The arm should be extended to meet the ball with the pads of the fingers. The ball is directed upward and toward a spot where the hitter can make an aggressive play on it. The aggressive play that the spiker make it is the spike or volleyball hit.
spike or spike. Is it offensive play where the player stabs the ball sharply downward over the net into the opponent's team, making it difficult for the opposing team to recover the ball. The volleyball spike is effective and reliable skill to score. The skill that you need to counter it is blocking or block.
Block is the skill that you lift your arm above the net. The defender follows the flight of the ball with the hand raised. The defender moves toward the net and into a blocking position in the front of the presumed attacker. The defender then jumps, with both hands breaking the plane above the net and trying to shut down the spiker or the attacker.
All of this is the basic skill you need to play in volleyball. And now that we learn the basic skill of the game, what are the equipments that we need to play the volleyball? It requires a minimum equipment and an open space that can be indoor or outdoor.
The game is played on the smooth surface court, 9 meters 30 feet wide by 18 meters 60 feet long, divided by a center line into two equal areas, one of which selected by or assigned to each of the two competing teams. Players may not step completely beyond the center line while the game is in play.
3-meter line from parallel to the center line at which half the court indicates the point in front which a backward player may not dribble the ball over the net from a spiking position or above the tape of the net.
A tight stretch net is a place across the court exactly above the middle of the center line. Official net height measured from the top edge of the net to the playing surface. In the middle of the court are 2.4 meters, 8 feet for men, and 2.2 meters, 7.4 feet for women. Further adjustment in the net height can be made for young people and another who need a lower net.
The vertical tape marker is attached to the net directly above each side boundary of the court to help the league officials to judge whether the serve or volleyball is in or out of bounds. The flexible antenna is attached directly 1 meter above the net along the outer edge of the vertical line. The ball used is around 260 to 280 grams and is inflated to about 55 centimeters in circumference.
A ball must pass over the net entirely between the and tiny a service area, traditional 3 meters 10 feet long, is marked outside and behind the right 1/3 of each court end line. At the 1996 Olympic Games, the service area was extended to 9 meters 30 feet. The service must be made from within or behind this area. A space at least 2 meters 6 feet wide around the entire court is needed to permit freedom of action, eliminate hazard from the obstruction, and allow space for the net support, post, and the official stands.
The figure area above the court, at least 8 meters high, is required to permit the ball to be served or received in play without any interference.
How the game is played and how to win it. Play is started when the right back, the person on the right of the second row of the serving team, steps outside his end line into the serving area and bats the ball with a hand, fist, or arm over the net into the opponent's half of the court.
The opponents receive the ball and return it across the net in a series, and not more than 3 contacts with the ball that must be done without any players touching or holding the ball while it plays, and without any players touching the net or entering the opponent's playing area.
The The ball must not touch the floor and the player may not touch the ball twice in succession. A player continues to serve until his team makes an error, commits a foul, or completes the game.
When the service change, the receiving team becomes the serving team and the players rotate clockwise one position. The right forward shifting to the right position and the service from the serving area.
Either team can score with points being awarded for successfully hitting the ball onto the opposing sides of the court, as well as when the opposing side commits errors or fouls, such as hitting the ball out of the bounds, failing to return the ball, contacting the ball more than 3 times before returning it.
Only 1 point at a time is scored for each